Are you looking for a podcast and radio show dedicated to all things Kentucky sports? Bingo, bango, bongo, Big Blue.
Everybody's ready to go. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go. And you're ready to go.
You're locked in to the hottest radio show and podcast in the Bluegrass State.
What'd you think of their energy? Unbelievable. That's who you gotta be.
From Pikeville to Paducah and all points in between, we give you an in-depth and sometimes extremely opinionated view of the Wildcats. The phone lines are now open.
And why are you making fun of Tim's double X? I mean, come on now.
Yes.
It's Wildcat Sports Talk, presented by the Kentucky Daily. Now, let's join the two guys that bring the action every single week. Adam Webb and Tim Brenton.
Welcome into Wildcat Sports Talk as we are broadcasting live. That's right, folks. And Tim, I'm excited because we've got the selection show ready to go here in just a bit. So, hey,
I'm excited too, man. We're here at Logren's Boxing, and it's good to be back here. It's been a while since we've been here. We got a special guest with us tonight, and just a little extra treat for Big Blue Nation as we get ready for the selection show with a cool interview. I'll let Adam tell you all about it.
Yeah, that's right. So Samantha Buttry is joining us here. And so first of all, a lot of folks that have been with us for a while, they remember you. Like, we were out at the Ice House a ton of times. But not on top of that, but they might not know exactly what you do outside of that.
Oh, I am a Kung Fu master ninja that can kill everything. I'm just kidding. Totally just kidding.
I believed it.
So, look, you got a fight coming up in Chattanooga, April the 22nd.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so it is a rematch between me and Mirzak. Wow. And we're back to war for the.
Okay. And
the first time was the first time I've ever won 5 pounds, and we there to the very end. She had a little bit more than I did, and she actually won that fight. Second round of Ian Rosenbeck for the 145-pound title. I am actually in top position here and trying to close out the round, but I think the bell saved her at this point.
Saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So tell us how hard it is to prepare. So there's always everybody's cut and weight and all.
So we actually put in a lot of work, a lot of technique, and just a lot of trying to keep your cardio up for 5 whole rounds. Fighting for 20 minutes is very hard, so you have to make sure that you don't get winded out there, for sure.
Right. Yeah. And I, here's the thing. Like, a lot of folks, I'm sure they don't realize what kind of, work it takes to get to that level.
Takes a lot of hard work. We're in the gym every day, anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours, preparing for anything that could come at us. Also, while dieting hardcore, like right now, I'd love to go get a cheeseburger, but I can't. So
we're here at Logren's Boxing. Tell us about. I know he's worked with you quite a bit, and tell us about why people should come here and check out, get involved with MMA, jiu-jitsu, and boxing.
So before I met Jerry, my boxing was, let's be real, it was terrible. It was absolute terrible. But I loved MMA, and that's where I lacked. And someone introduced me to Jerry, and I was like, okay. So I come in here. I've been with Jerry for like over a year, maybe a year and a half now, and my boxing has improved so much. He has taught me all kinds of technique, and he's really cleaned up my boxing, and I'm very thankful for that. And I think everybody should come here. He's super good with kids and as well as the adults, and he keeps us in line. Sometimes he hits us with pool noodles and stuff, you know. Got to be prepared for anything in here.
So how do people come out and watch you? Tell them how they get tickets or how they come out and support you.
So you can go to fightertix.com. I will actually share my link on my Facebook page. If you don't follow me, it's Samantha Buttrey. I have Instagram and Facebook. I will post it on there today, actually, here in about an hour. If you would like to buy tickets to my fight, it's in Chattanooga. And, fightertix.com, but there's a special link for my name, and I will have it posted on my Facebook page.
Awesome.
Well, listen, I guess we're going to get ready to do this selection show, and, come back on sometime with us.
I will. It was nice to see you guys again,
you
for
too.
sure.
You too.
Maybe we can come out and hang out at the ice house sometime.
Yes. I think that'd be a good idea.
We need to make it out to a fight, Adam.
We do need to do that, too.
That
You
would
need
be
to come
awesome.
to a fight.
We do. Yeah.
I'm trying to have a fight at the ice house.
Well, why don't
That
you?
would be awesome.
I'm trying to get it scheduled. You all come down there, do a show. I feel like that would be
Yeah, we
awesome.
could come in and broadcast the fight. We could give action. Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Live action at the ice house.
That would be awesome.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much, and good luck.
I got to say, you know what would be funny with that? Like, we don't know a whole lot, so let's commentate it.
Yeah. We wouldn't know what we were talking about. We'd have to get Terry to sit in with us.
Hey, if I sit in here with you and we commentate it together, hey, I got you.
That's
all right.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I'll pick you up where y'all ain't got no knowledge. I'll throw the knowledge down.
That's awesome.
That's right. Yeah, we'll do it.
So we do have one more guest coming up, Adam.
We do. Here, I'll let you do the honors on this one.
I guess you know this person very well, right? The person that we got coming up next,
Amy?
Amy. She goes to North Laurel High School
Yes.
on the honor roll. So and she's pretty new to this, right? Mm-hmm. So we're excited to bring her on and
Hey, but she is a force to be reckoned with. Let me tell you, I have watched her spar, and she is absolutely killing it.
that's awesome.
For real.
That's awesome. You know, you're just kind of setting the tone here. You're setting the way for other young ladies to come in and join this sport. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
All ladies, come join us. I would love to spar with you.
Awesome. All right, Adam. We ready for a break, or you just want to go right?
Yeah,
on
we'll
to the
go
next
ahead
one?
and we'll take a break, and then when we return, we'll have Amy coming up next.
All right. Thanks, Sam.
Bye, guys.
Tomahawk's Axe Club, an entertainment center in downtown Corbin, offers something for everyone. Several axe-throwing lanes, 2 golf simulators, cornhole, billiards, darts, a punching bag, arcade games, and pinball machines. Tomahawk's is the perfect place for date nights or family nights. Party and corporate rentals are also available. Check out Tomahawk's on Facebook. Stop by at 108 East 3rd Street in Corbin, 606-595-1080. That's Tomahawk's Axe Club. 88 Music Store is your one-stop shop for all things music. They're located in London, Kentucky, in the Carnaby Square Shopping Center. You can get guitars, drums, and any kind of accessory you are looking for. Hey, you can even hit them up about guitar lessons. That's right, 389-5471 is the number to call. That's 88 Music Store located in London, Kentucky. Stop by and get geared up today.
No,
We're
you're
good.
good.
Bye.
Seriously, we need to get the spots together.
Yes,
Yes,
let's do it.
yes.
We're live right now again, but let's do it. Let's do
Welcome back to Wildcat Sports Talk. Is our Selection Sunday show, Adam. Get ready to come up. Get ready to announce the teams, but we got another really quick interview.
it. Yeah, so let's tell us a little bit about yourself, Amy.
So, my name is Amy Lazara. I box for Jerry Loughran. I'm on his competition team. I'm 1-0 right now. I'm an honors student from North Laurel High School. I'm an ex-cheerleader, and I switched to boxing about a year and a half ago.
How in the world does a girl go from cheerleading to boxing? What happened?
Shout out to my old coach for that one. Definitely not my favorite sport, but this definitely is now. It's really good having Jerry as a coach. He's very supportive in and out of the sport.
Is it like you thought it would be whenever you decided to join?
Not really. I think the biggest difference is that it's a very like our team is very close knit. Like we're not just like, oh, come in here, practice, leave. It's more like come in here, maybe we'll go out to eat, you know. It's very like, oh, maybe we'll have a bonfire with them. It's not individual, it's a very team based sport.
Well, that's awesome. That's
right.
awesome. And you go to North Laurel. We've been covering North Laurel in the Sweet 16, girls and boys.
Yeah.
Do you keep up with that, the teams, the basketball teams?
Yeah, I do.
So hopefully the boys will, win it all.
Oh, yeah, I hope so. The girls did really good, though.
The girls did really, really good. I mean, we were proud of them. But, yeah, I mean, that's awesome. So you've got a fight coming up?
I do. It is a rematch with my first ever winning bout, Isabel.
Oh, so you're giving her a chance to redeem herself.
Yeah.
So is it going to be the same result as first time?
I hope so. I hope so. She has gotten a lot better, though.
Okay.
I watched her fight. I was supposed to have a fight about 2 weekends ago, and I watched her fight, and she did really good then. So
you've got to keep on your game, and you got to keep improving too, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Have you been working pretty hard?
Every single day, every day.
That's awesome. So tell girls why they should come out to Loggers Boxing and be a part of this.
Definitely confidence. Cheerleading made me like a very insecure person, and I thought that I wasn't as good as everybody else. A lot of people were really mean to me, and definitely boxing has just helped a lot. Like, I feel more like assured of myself. I feel like I can defend myself. I feel like I have like another family to go to, and I think that we need more girls around here because I'm the only girl on the competition team right now besides Samantha, but she does MMA. I do boxing.
Well, that's awesome. It was great having you on the show, Amy. We're definitely going to be supporting you, try to come out to some of your fights and get you back on the show and update people and let them know how you're doing.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you for coming on. So there you go, guys. That's our second interview of the day, and we are getting ready to do the Selection Sunday. We got the bracket behind us, and we're going to be filling that in, Adam.
And we're going to the South region first. Alabama is going to be the number 1 seed. Go ahead
now. Thank
go
you,
ahead and pull that one up. Alabama is the number 1 seed in the South region, which is going to be at the top left of your bracket. That is going to be your number 1 seed.
No surprise there.
No, I mean, the Alabama's hot. They're good. They're a good team. So Alabama, they're going to be playing the winner of the first 4 game in Dayton. So we're going to leave that one blank. So that's going to be Texas A&M and Missouri State Redhawks, but we're not going to know who wins that one yet. All right. And we're going to keep this rolling, guys. So do you want to write it in and zoom in, or do you want me to?
I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and write it in.
Okay.
Stay right there.
All right. I'm going to step up out of the way so that you guys can see the full bracket. Maryland is going to come in as the 8 seed in that region. So the 8-9 matchup, Maryland is going to be playing on Thursday. They're your 8 playing in Birmingham. West Virginia is the 9, so that's Shebway's team. So the 8-9 matchup, that's West Virginia.
And who's above them?
Maryland is above them. Coming in at, I believe, the 5 seed is the San Diego State somethings. Yeah, put your headset on so you can talk with me, Tim. Come on, man.
All right, 5 is who?
The San Diego State something. Or no, that's the 12. The 12 is that. Oh, no, the 5, yeah. The 12 is Charleston. 12 is Charleston Cougars. All right, and then the 4 is going to be Virginia out of the South region, and they're going to be taking on 13th seed Furman.
4 is Virginia, and 13 is who?
Furman.
I probably don't know how to spell some of these names.
Yeah. All right, it's looking good so far. Let's see what the next part of this South region entails. Coming out of Creighton is going to be the top of that one. I believe that is hold on just a second. I'll tell you what number it is. I think it's a 6 seed. Yeah. And the 11 seed on that bracket is NC State. They're going to be playing in Denver. And folks, that's we're going to be breaking down this bracket as soon as we get it, but
Yeah, we're going to be discussing it, talking about it, especially when it gets to Kentucky. So
the 3 seed is Baylor. The 3 seed is Baylor.
I like Baylor. They're
a 10-loss team that got a 3 seed. That's amazing.
I like Baylor. They're always a tough out.
UC Santa Barbara is going to be the 14 out of that.
UC Santa Barbara.
Right here is in this line where we could end up seeing Kentucky, although I don't think
number?
we're going to play in Sacramento. And we're not. Missouri is the 7 seed out of the South region, playing in Sacramento, California. They will take on Utah State. Now, here's the thing about Missouri. Them being a 7 tells me that we're going to be right there somewhere close.
What
7
number
or
is
8.
Utah State?
Huh?
Utah State. What
number 10. Number 10
and
seed.
UC Santa Barbara is number
what?
UC Santa Barbara.
All right, well, you
Baylor.
gotta hear it when I say it. Hold on, let me go back.
Well, I can't when I'm writing. You got to go
14,
over it again.
14. All right, now the number 2 seed in that bottom bracket is Arizona, and they're going to be taking on the 15-seeded Princeton. All right, so that rounds out the South region. So right south out here somewhere. I don't care. There we go.
So Bama's number 1 and Arizona's number 2. Baylor's number 3.
So let's break it down here, Tim. Let's kind of zoom in here on this region and break down that.
Bama is number 1, going to take on the play-in winner. Arizona at number 2 against Princeton. Baylor at number 3 against UC Santa Barbara. Virginia gets the 4 against Furman. San Diego State gets
all
the
right.
5.
Tim, I'm going to do this with you. Let's do this. Let's predict a first upset. What do you think an upset's going to be right off the rip?
Well, usually they say go with a 12 over a 5, Charleston and San Diego State. It's usually 112 always beats a 5 every year.
I'm actually going to say NC State, I think, could win that game against that 6-seeded Creighton.
That could be a good possibility.
That's a good one for me. And actually, Utah State could beat Missouri as well, that 10-7 matchup.
I tell you, it's wide open, man.
It really is.
It's wide open. I mean, I don't see Bama losing. I don't see Arizona losing. But outside of that, I really don't see Baylor losing either.
We know Kentucky is not in the South region. We know that now. I mean, that's a fact. So,
what do you guys think? Where do you want Kentucky at? What do you guys think Kentucky's seed's going to be? Now, Kentucky's projected around a 6, the last thing I saw. Adam thinks more of an 8 or a 9, but I
think we're at an 8 or a 9, guys. I just hate to say it. I can't see us being anything else. But Tim, while we're waiting on the next part in here, and it's a of course commercial in between every region reveal. Where do you? Where are we at right now, man? Tell them all about it.
Well, no, man. All I know is I like Alabama a lot. They're really good. They're a 3-point shooting team in the NCAA tournament. That's what it usually comes down to. I like Arizona a lot, too. I don't think they'll be upset. And I'm also a big Baylor fan. Baylor against UC Santa Barbara. I don't see an upset in the top 3, which I know I'm not going out on a limb. I mean, that's normally what happens. But I'm just saying I don't see those 3 being very vulnerable. When you get to 4, Virginia and Furman, Virginia's probably pretty safe against Furman, I would think. But then when you get to 5, San Diego State and Charleston, that's when it gets really interesting. I mean, Charleston could knock off San Diego State. Number 6 is Creighton and NC State. I mean, that might be a toss-up game there. NC State's always good in tournament time. So number 7, Missouri, the SEC team that got in there. You know, I don't know how you feel about it, Adam. You know, a lot of SEC people pull for the conference teams when they're in the tournament.
I do. I really do, except for Tennessee.
Except for Tennessee.
I just can't do it. I'm not going to do it.
It's hard for me to pull for Florida, too.
Whenever Florida doesn't bother me as much, although the year that they had Joakim Noah, I could not pull for them. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just couldn't.
But, yeah, I mean, so that's kind of what you're looking at. Missouri's got Utah State, and I don't know about that Missouri team. They're really up and down. I mean,
all right, so I can tell you there's a couple of different regions that we're obviously we're waiting on the East. I think that's where you're going to see Tennessee show up as a 4. I just sneezed.
Yeah, I know. That was nice, man. Good job.
It felt good.
I'm thinking Kentucky will be in the West is what I've seen, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Right. Yep. For sure. For sure. Who all we got watching? We got several people
we got a
watching
lot
and
of people
commenting.
watching.
Let's see what we
We
got
gotta
going
read
on.
some of the comments.
Say 6 or 7 seed. Kentucky will be a 7 or 8. I'm just saying 8, 9.
I'm thinking
really,
6, 7. I'm thinking
8 or 9, and I'm telling you guys, I see this year in, year out, and I see us getting into a situation where we can't seem to make the magic happen.
Well, Greg Hoover says Furman and Charleston will win. Those are his picks early on. Yeah, Jonathan, I hope we've got some magic in us too, man. It's going to take some magic. Why are you zoomed in on me so tight?
Well, I just wanted everybody to see you.
I say 6 or 7 seed, Jonathan says. 7 seed. Someone else.
All right, we're back. We're back. Let's get to the next. Going to the Midwest, which is across the way. We're going to the Midwest region. And out of the Midwest region, hold on, let's see here.
Houston, number 1, looks like.
Houston looks like. Yep, Houston will be the number 1, playing in Birmingham, Alabama. I don't see us getting in this region. I don't, but I mean it could happen. All right.
This is Midwest.
Yes. Let's see here. The 16 in that particular region. Kind of waiting on it here. They're being real. Man, boy, this is like a suspense. Northern Kentucky. Hey, Northern Kentucky got in.
There we go. We know who we're cheering for.
Yes. Northern Kentucky got into the tournament as a 16 seed, playing Houston. That's a good draw for them.
I don't know if it
that's
is or not.
That's a good draw
Houston
for them.
Might be
They're
the best
good.
Team in it.
They're good, but I that's a good draw. I'll take that.
I don't know. Houston probably the best team in it.
8 Iowa, 9 Auburn, 8-9 Auburn. I picked the upset there. I think Auburn can beat Iowa.
Okay, Iowa's the 8.
Yep.
And 9 is who?
Auburn. And we're pro SEC on that one, too. I love Bruce Pearl, and I don't care what anybody says. He's one of my favorite guys.
I like Bruce Pearl. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
Iowa and Auburn, 8 and 9.
Miami, Florida is your 5-12 matchup. Miami is your 5-12 matchup. And
which Miami is that?
Florida.
And Miami and
Drake. Drake is in the tournament as a 12 seed.
Drake.
Yes. And, folks, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. For those of you out there, we'll address the comments here in just a few minutes after we, analyze the bracket. I'll zoom it back out. Me and you'll sit down and talk about it.
Sounds good. We got Indiana in.
Indiana is in the tournament as a 4 seed.
Wow.
That's an unbelievable seed.
I didn't know Indiana was any good.
Blind squirrel.
I didn't know Indiana was any good. I've been sleeping on them.
Yeah, well, we all have.
So, number 4 and number
13 is a Kent State. Kent State.
Go Kent State.
Iowa State is your 6-11 matchup. Iowa State, and they will be playing Mississippi State. All right, I'm going to tell you something. I want to predict this ahead of time, just so everybody knows. The 7-10 matchup coming up, I think Kentucky could be in that. It's in Des Moines. I would not be a bit surprised if we're in that one right there. But, again, I don't know. All right? They're going to take on Mississippi State or Pitt. I'm sorry. That's a play-in game, so we don't know. We'll just leave it as Mississippi State because that's who it's going to be.
Well, you got to do better.
Yeah, I'm trying. But I do believe that Kentucky could end up being in that 7 spot there in Des Moines.
Although you had them at an 8 or 9 earlier.
Xavier will be your 3 seed.
What?
Yeah. 3.
Where's the 7-10?
The 7-10 matchup's coming up. That ain't it yet.
Man, you just talked about the 7-10 and had me write it in.
No, I didn't have you write it in. I just talked about it.
Okay. Well, you got to talk about what you want me to write in.
No, that's not how that works. I'm analyzing things.
I can't see the TV, so get with it.
Okay. Well, Xavier's a 3 playing Kennesaw State, who is the 14. Well, that looks wonderful up there. You've messed that all up.
Xavier with a 3.
Kennesaw State is the 14.
Thanks to you.
The 7 is the Texas A&M Aggies. That's a horrible horrible seed for them.
All right, you got to make sure I get it in
They
before
were the
you
two-
analyze. You got to make sure I got it
They
up
were
here.
the 2 seed in the SEC tournament. Texas A&M, 7. 10 is Penn State. That's a horrible seed. I'm sorry, that's terrible.
Penn State.
Penn State is a 10. Listen, Texas A&M got jobbed on that deal. Are you kidding me? A 7-10? They're a 7 seed? Kentucky's an 8 or 9. That's in. Period. Texas is going to be your 2.
Kennesaw State.
Texas is going to be your 2,
Okay.
along with Colgate. The toothpaste is your 15 seed. Texas A&M. Listen, I'm telling you, Texas A&M should not be a 7. That is a horrible, horrible seed for Texas A&M.
Y'all sure animated about
Well,
that.
because here's the thing. I know that means Kentucky's an 8 or a 9. I'm telling you.
I don't think it
I'm,
does.
I'm telling you that's what that means. How are you going to put us on the same level as Texas A&M? And I don't care. Who cares about the out of conference schedule? No one cares about that.
They do. That's the bottom line.
Nah, but they
because
should.
you don't, you get excited, but
Yeah,
they do.
but I mean, here's the thing, man. Head-to-heads matter. They just do. And A&M beat everybody, man. Like I
It
just
must not matter too much to the committee.
I mean,
year.
they were number 2 in the dang SEC, man. That tells me that we're definitely not going to be on the 7 line. That we're probably going to be an 8 or a 9, and maybe even lower than that. Now that I see that, I bet they mess us all up. And they're talking about it right now. How Texas A&M got the shaft on that. So it is what it is. But there you go, guys. That's your first 2 regions.
South and Midwest is filled out.
are laid out and ready to go. And let's go ahead and zoom out here. And, Tim, let's analyze it a little bit, man.
Well, Houston at number 1, I don't think it's a good matchup for Northern Kentucky, although you do. I think Houston's really good. Number 2 is Texas and
I mean, I'm
Colgate.
just going off the name. Like, I haven't
Right,
seen them
right.
play. I mean, I have no logic to it whatsoever because I'm not saying I know what I know.
Well, I actually just stayed up a little bit today, and a lot of people were high on Houston, and it made sense. So I don't know, but I know I'll be pulling for Northern Kentucky. 100%.
And you got to love that, by the way. Look here. Texas A&M and Texas, a potential
Could face
second-round
each other,
matchup. You don't think they didn't plan that?
Yeah.
I mean, I like for me, who's the one to get to the Final Four in this bracket? If you had to pick,
It's
don't
hard-
go chalk either.
Well, it's hard not to go with Houston. Let's see. Number 2 is Texas. I mean, Texas is good. Xavier, I tell you who I'm going to be pulling for is Xavier. I like Xavier. We saw them play earlier in the year.
We did.
And I like their game. I like Xavier. They got good guards. They move the ball. They shoot the 3. I like Xavier, and they're a close team. They're close by. We don't have a reason to hate them.
Tell them where we're at right now, Tim.
We are at Logren's Boxing and Jiu-Jitsu in Lundy, Kentucky. You guys got to come check this place out, man. They can come in here and, learn how to box, man. Learn how to do MMA.
Yeah, listen, and a big shout out to Jerry Logren for coming in here on a Sunday
That's
and
right.
letting us do the show here. We really appreciate him. Texas probably gets out of this bracket. Although it's as sad as I hate to say this, Indiana has a good shot. They have a pretty good path. I mean, they've got a pretty
Kennesaw
good
State,
path.
yeah, Miami. It's going to be interesting. I think it's a lot like that bracket. It's kind of wide open.
Wide open. This whole tournament's going to be wide
Yeah,
open, and you can
anybody can
see
win.
it's going to be hard to pick them this year.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to be filling out this bracket throughout the tournament, guys. And here's the thing. You can have a chance to win our only bracket at the end of this season. If you want it, you can have it.
Fill it in as it goes.
And we're going to fill it in as it goes, and then you guys can have this bracket. We've printed this out. It's a nice bracket, man.
Yep, looks good, man. My writing's kind of scribbly because Adam wanted to talk about 7 and 10 before we had 3 and 14 in. But, hey, sometimes your eyes ain't the best whenever they're at them.
Well, here's the thing. I was talking.
Hey, we got this centered up pretty good.
Yeah, we did. We did. Got several people watching right now. Like I said, these So
this will be the West.
This will probably be the West.
And that's the, what do they call it, the Southeast?
This is going to be the
I can't remember.
Southeast.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what they
Right?
call it. I think so.
Oh, no, there's an East region.
East.
There's an East region, and then there's the Southwest region, I think. Am I right?
I thought it was just west. I don't know. Does anybody know? We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know. We just kind of wing it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You know what it leaves on the table still at this point?
What?
East, south, west, midwest. So I was right. East, south. So the west region. We don't want to be in the west region.
Yeah, south, west.
We want to play. We want to play in Louisville. So if we want to play in Louisville, where do we got to be?
So this is west. Down
now hold on. We don't know that
here.
yet. Let's just wait. Let's wait because they'll do it right here in just a second, and then we'll be right. We'll be dead on it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
So we got east and west left.
Yes.
All right.
And we want to play. We want to play in Louisville, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do that with our seating, just because we got messed up. But anyway, we'll probably be the 7 or the 8 in the East. I would say, if I had to guess, it's probably going to be a 7 or 8, probably maybe even a 9. I think we could drop as low as a 9.
Well, the projection I was looking at's got Purdue in the West at number 1, Marquette at number 2, and it's got number 3 is Tennessee. So Purdue, Marquette, and Tennessee, the top 3.
Yeah, this projection, though, had A&M as a 5, so I knew I wasn't crazy when they dropped to a 7.
Yeah, I don't like the way they dropped either, but, I mean, SEC teams get the shot.
All right, so we are in the West region now. Kansas is
Which side's it on?
Yeah, Kansas is – I didn't see it, so that's good. That's awesome.
Well, the way they've got it, looks like it'll be on the right.
So it's going to be right here.
Right where I said it was.
So up there is Kansas.
What number? 1.
1.
Kansas.
They're playing Howard, the 16 seed.
Howard, the Duck.
Yeah. Arkansas comes in as the 8th seed in that region. They're taking on Illinois. I'm actually surprised that Arkansas got in. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think they'd actually get in the tournament with kind of.
What number is Arkansas's 8 and who they taking on?
Illinois 9. The 5-12 matchup. St. Mary's is 5. VCU is 12. That could be a upset right there. That's the 12-5 that wins, I believe.
St. Mary's versus who?
VCU.
All right. A lot of people will pick VCU.
4 is UConn. Taking on Iona. So Rick Pitino has to face UConn as a 13 seed.
That's a good draw. Now, if we get in this bracket, we're going to have to face Pitino.
We will. TCU is going to be your next, whichever one that is. It's I can't see the number. It's a problem.
Is it
6-11? I think.
11.
Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. TCU taking on a play-in game. Don't worry about that.
And here comes Kentucky.
I think Kentucky might be right here, although if they play in Denver, that would shock me. That would shock me.
Well, no, Kentucky won't be there.
Well, actually, they could play. So Gonzaga's going to be the 3 right here. And
the 14 is
Grand Canyon. 7 in playing in Sacramento is Northwestern. Northwestern Wildcats. So a different Wildcat's going to be playing in Sacramento in that 7 seed. And on the 10 line, waiting on this one, is Boise State. Boise State.
Well, they know how to leave Kentucky fans in suspense.
They do that every year, man. We're always the last region picked. And we might not even get picked. We might not get in the tournament.
Yeah, I think we're in.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, folks, man.
I think we're in.
I wouldn't put us in.
Who's
UCLA 2.
And
they're taking on UNC Asheville as the 15 seed.
All right. right, that puts Kentucky in the East. In the East. You want to write that in, or we want to change places? Probably.
Yeah, we're going to be in the East, and let's go ahead and switch it up so I can watch. And we got a good rhythm going here, Tim. What do you think, man? What do you think? Because we got to break this region down now too. What are your thoughts on this region?
Man.
I think this region might be the toughest region. Oh, but look who's not in yet. Look who's not in yet.
Who?
Duke and Kentucky.
Oh, they're in the same bracket.
They're in the same bracket, so we'll end up having to deal with them at some point. Oh, you're doing it right in a row there, ain't you?
Yeah.
So, break this down, Tim. What do you feel? What do you think? 2-15 is your last one.
Let's see.
I mean, Kansas is obviously going to be the favorite because they are the one. I think
Kansas and UCLA. I mean, yeah, they're both really strong.
Don't count out Iona as an upset over UConn. It's Rick Pitino. You can never count that out.
Gonzaga, I think, is going to have an easy ceiling with Grand Canyon.
And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't actually be surprised to see a 13-12 matchup in the second round.
I'm just going to tell you what. After we get all these filled in, I think me and you're going to go through and give our first round predictions too.
We're not going to write them in, though.
No, we're not writing them in. I'm saying we're going down and give them.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and give them and let people know how they can do it. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. As we are rolling right along.
You hand me the blue one because Kentucky's getting ready to get in.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna put Kentucky in blue.
Yeah.
We have a red one here, and I was going to use it for Louisville, but Louisville ain't in the tournament.
Shame.
Oh.
Greg Hoover says 1, 2, 3, 4.
It'll be chalk and regional.
UConn and Gonzaga finals. UCLA and Kansas, Northwestern. So, man, who are we going to get? 7 seed playing against Providence.
Man, so I guess Louisville's on the table then. If we're in the East, Louisville's on the table, right?
I guess so. We might get a 6 seed, man.
It's nerve-wracking because, I mean, dude, there's a chance. I'm just saying, folks,
Arkansas's already up.
Yeah, Arkansas's already up.
So we still got Providence is not in. We could play Providence. We could play Illinois. No, Illinois is in. Illinois, we put Illinois up, didn't we? Can't remember where Illinois was at. You see, we put Illinois up.
Yeah,
there.
no, actually, I know you're saying that, but that's not necessarily completely true, Greg, because there is a chance that you can still play in Louisville and be in a different regional with how it works out. It doesn't matter what regional you're in. You can still play because, you play like there were some Sacramento games here in the West that are also in the South. So in that, you can still play. I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm assuming that you can still play in other areas. But here's the thing, to that: if we're not in Louisville, if Louisville's not on the table, then that means in the East, where do we play? Is that Greensboro?
I think so.
Or is that
So, man, they're taking a while in this last bracket. Who has not been in yet?
Well, I'm glad Greg knows what's going on because I don't know anything.
Kansas State was already in. Am I right? Yeah, Kansas State's a 14. Tennessee's not in yet.
Yeah, they're going to be the 4.
So we're going to have a Duke and Tennessee in our bracket.
Yeah, we're going to be loaded in the bracket together. And you know what? For the selection committee has done a horrible injustice, but it makes sense. They've put a lot of the blue bloods right over here.
We don't have Michigan
and they gave
State.
Kansas an easy road,
I'm
but they're
trying to
one.
name teams that are not in yet. Michigan State's not in.
Michigan State ain't in. Here's the East.
Marquette.
Here we go. Purdue's your number 1. I'm telling you, folks, I just really believe that Kentucky is going to drop lower than everybody thinks. I feel it,
well,
man.
It wouldn't be a surprise. It happens all the time.
It's a play-in game on the 16 line.
Is Memphis in yet? Have we seen a Memphis yet?
Memphis is not in yet. See, that's the thing. There's a lot of teams. Listen, there's some loaded teams. There's some loaded-ass teams that are going to be in this East region if it plays out the way we all think it's going to.
Tennessee.
The 8-9 matchup in Columbus, Ohio. Memphis is an 8.
Memphis, there they are.
There they are. The 9 matchup, I would not be surprised if it's not Kentucky. I swear to you I wouldn't.
No.
Dude, put it up against Memphis, Cal's former team.
Number 1, second
You're kidding
round.
me.
That'd be horrible.
It's Florida Atlantic, though. So that'd be awesome, though, wouldn't it? I would see the selection committee screwing us like that. I just really would. I could see that happening.
Florida A. I'm looking for Tennessee to be a 4 or
They're
5.
going to be a 4. They're going to be a 4, I'd say.
3, maybe even a 3.
Yeah. I don't see them going as high as a 3.
Marquette. We didn't see Marquette get in
And
yet.
if they're a 3 and we're way down. Duke is in now at your 5. At the 5 line, Duke's a 5, and they won the ACC tournament. Dude, we might not be in this thing.
Oh, we're in.
God almighty, man.
We're in. I mean, now we're looking at we've got to be a 6 or 7 now, right? 8, 9's gone.
7 or a 10? I'm telling you, I told you guys.
We've got to be an 8 or
we're going to be dropped.
6
We've
or 7.
dropped.
No, well, 6 and 7 still available. 6 and 7 still available. It's 6, 7, or a 10 at this point.
Oral Roberts is the second.
Number 12?
Number 12. So we're huge Oral Roberts fans. Tennessee drops to the 4 line, which is exactly where we thought they were.
Well, we won't be playing Tennessee.
They play Louisiana in the first round.
Louisiana. It's spelled L-O-U.
Yeah. Oh, God. Is there a second-round matchup with Duke and Tennessee? Oh, that's the battle.
Yep.
That's the game of the worst teams of all time.
We're going to have to play Duke to get to get to the Elite 8.
The 6th seed
Not Duke.
out of the SEC, Kentucky got the 6th seed.
I told you. How about it?
Yeah.
I told you.
We'll take that all day and twice on Sunday.
Yes, Kentucky 6th seed, baby.
Kentucky is the 6th seed.
Go ahead and fill out the rest of the bracket. Let's go.
Taking on Providence.
I think I said Providence earlier.
Yeah, Providence.
Sorry, Providence. You're going to be defeated.
Who's our second-round matchup? Kansas State, of course. Boy, remember a couple years ago, revenge time.
Try to be optimistic one time.
Revenge time, though. That's what I just said, revenge time.
Number 14 is
The 14th seed that's going to potentially have to play us and deal with us. Montana State. Man, just think about Texas A&M, who goes all the way to the championship game in the SEC tournament, finishes higher in the SEC than Kentucky, and gets a lower seed than Kentucky.
so Purdue is
Michigan State is the 7. If we get out of this East region, we deserve it. Yeah, whoever gets out of the East region deserves the Final Four. They deserve to win it all. There's some tough-ass teams
Who's
over
the
there.
number 2 left?
We'll see. Number 10 is USC. USC.
USC.
Think about how Michigan State feels, right? They finished with a similar record than Kentucky. They beat Kentucky this year in the first game, and they fall to a 7 seed.
Marquette will be the number 2 seed.
Marquette is the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
And the 15 will be Vermont. So there it is, folks. Brackets are filled out.
Vermont is V-E-R-M-O.
The brackets are filled out. They are ready to go. We're in Greensboro, just like I said.
So check it out, guys. Kentucky is a number 6 taking on Providence, right? And if they win that, they'll play the winner of Kansas State and Montana State. You keep moving on, you got a chance here to play Marquette is the 2. Marquette, Michigan State, USC, or Vermont. Dude, I think we got a decent bracket. I really do. Purdue's the number 1 in your bracket. I'll take
here's
that.
the thing. The fact that we got a 6 and I thought we would drop to a 9 tells me that we did a little better in the season than I thought we did.
Yeah.
And they gave us a little more credit for some of those wins.
Well, sweeping Tennessee and Florida helped. I mean, I know they're not the biggest wins, but sweeping Tennessee helped.
Yeah, well, considering Tennessee got a 4,
yeah.
I mean, we got a 6. The good thing is you don't have to deal with them till the Elite 8. You don't have to deal with either one of those guys until the Elite 8. But we might have to play Tennessee again in the Elite 8 to go to the Final Four.
The top teams in our bracket are number 1, Purdue, number 2, Marquette, number 3, Kansas State, and then Tennessee at number 4.
So if you take it as straight chalk, right, Kentucky wins over Providence, then we'd have to play Kansas State. And that's a matchup that a couple of years ago, if you remember that Kevin Knox team, when we had an open run all the way to the Final Four and we blew it. But the thing is, we're going to be looking at that game going, okay, we can beat them. Because Kansas State's good, though, because they beat Kansas this year.
Yeah, so if you look at the toughest teams ahead of us, and we play all the toughest ones, right? Then we'll be playing, starting off Providence. Then we'll have to play Kansas State. And then we will have to play Marquette.
You know what, man, Greg? I don't know if Purdue got screwed. I mean, where else would you put Purdue? I mean, honestly, maybe you could flip Houston in Purdue, I would say. But they earned the record. I mean, it's –
Hey, anybody that got Kentucky's brackets got screwed because we're going to win it all. You like that confidence?
I like that confidence.
You got to be confident this time of year, people.
But some teams that are not out, or that are not in the tournament, Vandy's not in it, man. Vandy's not in it. They beat us twice, man. I mean, the argument's there. They beat us twice. They've beat Tennessee. They've got a lot of good wins on their resume, and they racked them up to try to get in the tournament.
Good. I'm glad they didn't get in it. Beat us. Yay. You beat us in the SEC. We'll go to the big dance. See you.
I know that. I get it, but I'm trying to argue.
I hate everybody that beats us.
I'm trying to argue for the SEC. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but I'm
giving an analysis for bracket talk.
I know exactly what you're saying, but I'm letting you know that I'm happy they're not in it.
Well, but I mean, honestly, though, there's got to be teams in here that are
So
that
how
are
many
worse
SEC
than
teams got in?
All right, so Bama 2.
Huh?
Missouri.
Oh, I went right past Missouri.
2.
2.
3. 4.
3, 4.
5. 6. 7. 8.
What? We get 8 teams in?
We got 8
Well, you
teams
need to start naming the teams.
Arkansas, Texas A&M, going on up the list, Mississippi State, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Bama.
Boom. 8 teams in the SEC in it. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah. Going to play the UK transfer and Providence best player, Bryce Hopkins. Holy crap.
Providence,
I didn't even think of that.
Yes.
In the first round. We got to deal with Bryce.
First round,
they
Bryce
did that
Hopkins.
on purpose.
Oh, my, good comment. First round, Bryce Hopkins, the guy that we could have really used this year.
Of course.
Wow.
Why wouldn't they?
Dude, if they beat us, unbelievable. NCAA committee's cute, ain't they? They had a lot of fun with that one. Bryce Hopkins, he's been tearing it up. Ain't he their best player? I'm pretty sure he's their best player, their leading scorer. Wow. Bryce Hopkins right in the first round. I wonder how excited he is for that. I bet he's pumped up. I bet Bryce Hopkins is pumped up right now. Tennessee playing Louisiana. And if Tennessee can beat Louisiana, they'll have a matchup with Duke. Wow. How about that? If Tennessee gets past Louisiana, they got a matchup with Duke.
No, because Oral Roberts is beating Duke.
Okay.
Well, I mean, say what you want.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I'm calling it.
So now what are we going to do? We got the comments coming in, but we're going to take our picks.
Take our picks. Let's go right down the line, okay?
All
right. So, guys, get your brackets together. We're going to give you our picks. And if you guys want –
Adam's and mine different.
Yeah, well, we're going to give you ours, and you can take it for what it is. And we're going to go quickly, though, because I don't want to be here all night. Bama, 1, 16, whoever, Bama. Go ahead on your ones and just go ahead and take the ones all the way around. You agree?
I don't see. We don't know who the ones are playing even until we get.
No, but who cares? 16's only done it one time. It's not going to happen.
I know that, but I'm just saying it helps if you know who they're playing. But no, the number ones are good. So we both say Bama. All right, now Maryland and West Virginia.
I'm going West Virginia. I like Bob Huggins.
I don't like Bob Huggins, so I'm going Maryland.
All right, whatever. San Diego State, Charleston. I don't know anything about either one of those. So I'm going to pick a 12-5 upset.
What's this? So you're going to go with Charleston.
Don't do that, please.
Yes.
That ruins the whole bracket.
No, it don't. This is who our picks.
I know, but it makes us look.
I already did it now. San Diego makes us look bad because you miss them.
I don't
Is that what
like
you're afraid
it.
of?
I don't like
You're
it.
afraid to miss them?
No, I just don't want it to be there. Like it makes it. I don't want it on my.
Dude, you really got this thing in your head that's going to be worth $1 million or something.
Yeah, it might be.
Well, it makes
for
it
me.
worth more of our picks. Because I want to brag and tell you that I got
Okay,
you right.
whatever. I'm going to
San
pick
Diego State, Charleston. You've got Charleston.
I'm going to pick a 12-5
See,
upset.
that's what I'm saying. I don't want my name beside of that kind of craziness. Although 12 always beats a 5.
At some point, and I know the 12's not beating Duke, even
So
though
see,
I'd like
that's
that
your
to
second
happen.
straight upset that you're picking, which 9 and 8's not a big upset.
No, it's not.
But Adam's going to go with that one.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with that one.
of course you
I'm
are.
not picking upsets.
He's always going to do the opposite.
I'm
of what
not
I do.
picking upsets.
4.
Virginia and
I'm going to take the
Furman.
4.
All right, we both took the 4. No need to write it down. Creighton, we both say Virginia. Creighton and NC State.
Oh,
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. I don't know where I want to go there. Creighton and NC State. We got comments. We play Friday. Lewis says we play Friday. So Creighton. I'll go with Creighton again.
Yeah, I'll probably go with that.
All right, Baylor and UC Santa Barbara. I'm definitely going with Baylor.
Okay.
You too?
Yeah, Baylor.
Missouri, Utah State. I'm going to go with Missouri because they're SEC.
Yeah, I'll go Missouri.
All right, Arizona, Princeton. I'm going with Arizona, number 2.
All day long. Purdue,
yeah. Memphis and Florida.
Memphis.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with Penny Hardaway, too, there at Memphis.
Duke and Oral Roberts. I'm going with Duke, even though I want Oral Roberts.
All right, we're
to
both
win.
cheering for Oral Roberts, definitely, but we're going to go with Duke. Tennessee, Louisiana. I'd love to pick Louisiana.
I'll take Louisiana.
Are you really?
Yeah. I'll take it. And I don't even care if it's wrong, but I will never pick Tennessee to win a game.
Providence.
Of course, Tim
Kentucky.
picks Tennessee
we
to win a
both
game.
pick Kentucky,
we
right?
all know that Tim is secretly a Tennessee
Well, Tim
fan.
knows what he's talking about. So, Louis, we're both. We're both picking Kentucky.
I'm picking Providence.
You would.
I'm not actually going to do that. No, it's Kentucky.
Kansas State, Montana State. We're both going with Kansas State,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right. Michigan State, USC.
That's tough too. I'll go Michigan State because it's Tom Izzo, and he's a good tournament coach.
I'm going to go USC just to make my first upset.
Yeah, well, there's one I win.
Marquette and Vermont. We're both going with Marquette, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Houston.
Here.
I'm going to take Houston, although I love Northern Kentucky, but I'll take Houston.
I'll take Houston, even though I'm cheering for Northern Kentucky.
Iona and Auburn.
I'm taking Auburn.
Is it Iona or
No, it's Iowa. I'm taking Auburn.
Okay.
If you do too, you don't have to mark it.
I'm going Iowa.
All right. You might get me right there. All right, Miami of Florida and Drake.
I'm going Miami.
I think I'll go Miami too. Then.
Indiana, Kent State, going Indiana.
Iowa
State, Mississippi State, or Pitt. So I'm going to go ahead and go Iowa State.
Me
6.
too. Me too.
It's playing.
I'm definitely going with Xavier over Kansas
Xavier.
State.
Yeah, for sure.
Texas A&M, Penn State. Texas A&M. I think we'll go with the favorite there again.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Texas and Colgate.
Texas. Kansas there.
Kansas.
Arkansas 8-9 Illinois. That's a tough matchup. Arkansas has kind of been reeling lately, and they've lost some games they probably shouldn't have lost.
I'm going to go Illinois.
I'm going to go Illinois too.
All
so
right.
we're just going to put a mark right here to know that we got the upset.
All right.
And then St. Mary's and VCU. I'm going St.
Me
Mary's.
too, St. Mary's.
I don't know, though. VCU is always a dark horse. They're always a dark horse in every
It's
tournament.
not a bad pick.
I think I'm going VCU.
All right, I'll just stay up there to be different then.
All right.
UConn, Iona. I'm going Iona.
Iona
I'm
all
going
day
Rick
long.
Pitino.
All day long.
All
So
right,
we're going
put a
to
little star by that or something.
And y'all can say what you want, but that's what's going to happen. The 6-11, 11 is a play-in game. 6 is TCU. I'm always going with the play-in opposite.
Right,
Because
play-ins ain't going to win.
Play-ins ain't going to win. Gonzaga and Grand Canyon going with Gonzaga. Northwestern, Boise State. I'm going to go Northwestern.
Just give me Boise State so we can have different picks on that side of the bracket. And then we're both going with UCLA.
Going there. All right. So there it is, guys.
So now it's who's going to be in the Final Four. All right.
This
is going to be hard because neither one of us wants to say Kentucky.
I'm going to pick your Final Four teams right here. All right.
I don't know what time Kentucky plays on Friday. Lewis said they play Friday. I'll look and see if it's posted yet.
All right. I've got your Final Four. I know who the Final Four is. You ready for this?
Yep.
All right. Your Final Four, I don't care how it gets here. You can say what you want. I think I've got it figured out. I think Baylor's going to come out of the South region. Y'all can say what you want, but I do think they're going to come out of the South region. I think they're the hottest team right now in that region, and Baylor's probably going to get that one. Out of the East region, it is anybody's ball game. I want to say Kentucky. Y'all know that, but I'm not going to do it because that would be my heart that's talking at me. It's hard for me not to go Marquette because they're a really good basketball team. You know what? Give me Purdue. They're hot. They're good. They're a 1 seed. I'll take them out of there.
So you're taking Bama and Purdue?
No, I'm taking Baylor. And Purdue.
Ooh, I like the Baylor pick too.
Yeah.
I like the Baylor pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Bama in the Final Four, and you're going with Baylor.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to put that on the board.
No. And you're going with Purdue down here, right?
Purdue down there.
It's hard not to go with Purdue. They've been so good all year. I don't know if Marquette's – I'd love to say Kentucky. I would
too, but I just can't do it. I can't do it this year.
I think Tennessee might make a run, man. I think
the Midwest is where I feel like it's open to anybody. I really do. I feel like it's open to anybody.
I'm going to go Marquette then for me.
But I'm going to say in the Midwest region, Texas will be in the Final Four. I think the 2 there is a sexy pick, although I could see Xavier punching their ticket. I don't think Houston can get out of that, though, although their region is pretty their path to it is pretty easy, but I think they get squabbed right here by Texas or Xavier, one of those two.
I'm going to go ahead and pick Xavier because I'm going to cheer for them. So I'm picking Xavier as an upset team. And then down here at the bottom, we'll see who we got. UCLA at the 2, Kansas at the 1.
Of course. What? You know what time the game is? The game is? What day it is?
Same time north.
No, it's Friday.
Oh.
Which means the radio show.
Well, we're going to have to talk to them. That's all we're going to do.
We're just going to have to figure this out.
We got to talk to them. It's the only way
so on this bottom bracket on the West, Kansas is in the Final Four. Period.
2.
That's a chalk easy bracket. There's no reason why Kansas shouldn't get out of that. Kansas is a hot team right now.
Kansas might have a team.
Now, and the reason I'm also going to give you Kansas as well, I have a reason for it. Bill Self, hope all is well with him, but he's been in the hospital, not doing well, and I think the team will rally around him and punch their ticket to the Final Four.
That's not a bad pick. I'm going to go with Gonzaga.
3, you're going to have 2 threes in the Final Four. That's insane.
Yeah, well,
and if it goes right, I have 1 3.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 threes in the Final Four
between the two of us. I like Gonzaga during tournament time, and I like Timmy. Timmy is an unbelievable player. You can't hardly guard him in the post.
So guys, that's it for us, man. We want to really appreciate you for tuning in to our selection show right here on Wildcat Sports Talk. Again, come out. Y'all got to check this out. If you want to get into some boxing here in London, Kentucky, there's no other place to come than Loughran's Boxing right here in London, Kentucky.
And I want to give a shout out to Tomahawks Axe Club, which is our home studio.
Yes, they are, and we will be back in that studio, not this week, but week after, every single week consistently.
That's right. We've been away doing coverage of the Sweet 16, but Tomahawks Axe Club is our home. Shout out to them. You guys got to check them out in Corbin, Kentucky. It's a lot of fun. And how about that bracket? Send us in your predictions. Go Big Blue.
Yeah, we're going to find out what time does Kentucky play on Friday. That's the thing, that's the question everybody wants to know. I don't think they've determined the time yet, so we're going to try to figure that out. But if I had to guess, and I know how this is going to work, Kentucky will play at midnight.
Kentucky's in Greensboro. They're playing in Greensboro. But we don't know if they'll be the morning or the evening.
We don't know. And I really hope they're morning, but I know they're not going to be because that's never how it works out for us. But hey, guys, thank you for tuning in. You've been listening to Wildcat Sports Talk. My name's Adam.
My name's Tim.
Y'all take care.